night with Phee. Tune in under the moon.
Dust on the road, light breaking through. Vision's clear, but the world's askew. Prophecy burning in the heat of the sun. One land sight where it all begun. Fire in the wind, truth in the air. Echoes of heaven calling out there.
Good afternoon. Good morning, everybody. Heck, I'm ready for my show, I guess, this afternoon. But good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Phee Smee Show with Manly Mark. As always, we're your hosts, Manly Mark and the Phee Smee himself. What do you think, Phee? It's Friday.
It's Friday. Himself. He started the opening of the show. It's good afternoon. I tell you, I can look at a 70-year-old woman and say yes, sir, to her.
I hate when I do that kind of thing all the time. Like, have a good day. You're welcome. Or just say the wrong thing all the time.
I don't know what it is about me with rewiring, but even on the show, you'll say, hey, Phee, I got the phone hooked up to the computer today, and we can start getting calls as soon as we can get that 7-second drop. And so for 3 days in a row, I said, thank you for your call after the question. And then I'd have to say,
that's funny.
I'm sorry, your email. So anyway, it's a Friday, Manly Mark. We're rocking and rolling this weekend. I've got a night show tonight. You've got a midday show.
Midday show, yeah.
And it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Yeah, it is. I'm just ready, honestly, for the weekend. Hopefully, I can sleep in a little bit.
I don't think
you'll
ever
doubtful.
sleep in. Number one, you're not a late sleeper.
No, but
and number two, Jude was going to have a little say in that.
Well, yeah, but I don't know. Better than waking up at 4:30 and just being awake. And then it's just, like right when the baby finally comes back. He always wakes up at 4 or 5 and he'll roll around, toss and turn, just every 2 minutes making a noise, which wakes me up, so I can't ever go back to sleep. And then right when he settles back down, falls back asleep, it's 5 minutes before my wife's alarm goes off. Her first alarm, mind you. And so then it's just like, why me? Why?
You do realize that those are the type.
Why?
Those are the type of things after you get married. You see that the habits that you had no idea about. So she's one of she hits it sets the alarm an hour early and then gets snoozed 8 times.
Yes, and it's like you're wasting an hour of good sleep. That's an hour you could be asleep, for real asleep, and then your alarm goes off and you open your eyes and say, "Hello, Earth. I'm ready to be alive."
Thank you, Lord. I appreciate another day.
I don't wake up like this.
I don't either.
My eyes are open and the wheels hit fifth gear and I'm just in my mind just thinking.
I've always woke up happy, and excited,
Well, I always wake up happy, but then if I lay in bed for an hour and just think, then I always get out of bed unhappy. That's for real.
3 of my 4 kids, when we got up, we were singing, dancing, having a good time, all the way to school, just the whole time. Now I've got my youngest. I'm here to tell you, when she wakes up, you don't want to talk to her for about 30 minutes.
Sure, that's funny. Well, Phee, what do you see in the news happening? What's going on with you?
Last night, I was getting prepared for my night show, and I guess I got into the right algorithms or something. But I'm telling you, it was the Manly Mark fantasy show. It's unbelievable.
What do you mean?
Everything that you've been talking about, they were showing videos. This Walt Disney, 2,000 kids a year stolen from Walt Disney, all around Pirates of the Caribbean. The 33rd Mason, the latitude, the longitude, all the demonic symbols, and all the cartoons I used to watch right there in front of you. And I thought, I went to that one, then the next one came in, and it was all the Chinese robots with all the skin, getting prepared for what I'd been talking about with the AI companions. And then the next one, it went into the demon folks. That one guy was arrested and was in the back of the car, and they were asking questions. And I'm telling you, if it wasn't a voiceover or some kind of AI, boy, it was weird. And then you had all kinds of things going on with celebrities, LeBron James doing all kinds of symbols before games.
You talking about when he's doing like these weird?
Yes, and then folks freezing on camera, and like they're in a trance. You know, just news anchors.
You just don't pay attention. It's always been there.
I mean, I'm telling you, it was. I almost couldn't study. I just kept. I just save. Markley, I'll save. Manly like this and save. I think I saved like 7 videos.
I mean, it's out there. People just don't want to realize they've been lied to, or they're too busy to notice. But
yeah, because it doesn't affect their day-to-day life.
no, but I mean, if your kid got snatched at Disney, it would.
Yes, but
used it in a satanic ritual.
It
That wouldn't be fun or cool.
No, it wouldn't be fun.
Oh, but I got to see Star Wars Land, man. Don't you know? And you can even get into Disney about how it's just like you just see all the videos of adults going, by themselves. I don't know, man. Perpetual adolescence. I'm not hating on anyone because I wouldn't mind going to build a lightsaber at Star Wars Land.
Well, I tell you, I love Star Wars.
Me too. But I mean, my culture, my generation just stuck in perpetual adolescence, man.
My son my oldest boy was a Star Wars freak. We've got lots of Star Wars.
Yeah,
I've
already gotten in like 3 or 4 fights with Darth Vader in there.
Yeah, don't be taking any of my boy's stuff now.
I've already been whooping up on Darth Vader. What are you talking about?
You can whoop up on him all day long.
I don't need to take him. I'm not gonna have a toy in my house that's mine. But I just meant like, no, I don't own any toys.
I wanted to start today, Manly, if you'll give me the opportunity to talk about something that's near and dear to my heart, and that is children and healthy children.
No, I don't really care. We're not going to talk about that.
Yes, I think we are.
What?
So anyway,
no, I'm just teasing. See, I'm just teasing. Healthy children. What's made you think about this?
Well, I have cousins.
Okay.
And they know that I've been for the last 3 years dealing with these health.
Okay, interesting
situations. So they tend to send me things.
Sure.
When and ask me my opinion of them. So this is quite alarming to me. So I'm going to read it.
Let's hear from Phee.
Dr. Ovidia, pediatric neurologist, warns about the silent tragedy unfolding in our homes today. There is a silent tragedy unfolding in our homes today, and it concerns the most precious jewels, our children. Our children are in a devastating emotional state. Over the past 15 years, researchers have gifted us increasingly alarming statistics about an acute and steady increase in childhood mental illnesses that is now reaching epidemic proportions. You ready for these, Mark?
Let's hear it.
1 in 5 children has mental health problems.
Yeah.
20% of our children.
Wow. I mean, I'm not surprised, man.
20% of our children.
Not surprised.
43% increase in ADHD has been noticed. 37% increase in teenage depression has been noticed.
Sure.
The 200% increase in suicide rate in children ages 10 to 14.
Insane, man, insane.
10 to 14 years old committing suicide. You know that 80% of suicides are from males, only 20% of...
Yeah.
I ought to tell you right there what these women are doing to us.
Well, I tell you. I mean,
when you think 8 out of 10 suicides are men.
Is it attempts or ones that actually follow
through?
Because I'm about to say, there's some... I'm not even going to say that. So
I never have understood, Manly, how folks can have a failed suicide attempt.
Well...
The rope didn't...
cry for help, man.
Huh?
Cry for help. I mean, because you know what I'm saying?
That's right.
You might, I'm not saying, I mean, I don't know the situation of anybody, but I don't want to get in hot water talking about that.
Okay, so I want to tell you now, so I'm going to read the reasons and the causes, and I'm going to see if you agree with them.
Okay, well, throw them at me.
I'm not so sure that Manly's going to agree with all of them.
I think it's a very multi-dimensional thing.
Yeah, labeling and those type of things.
Well, yeah, but...
more medicines.
but also just, I think there's a lot of different causes as well.
Okay. Children today are being overstimulated.
Okay, agreed.
And overgifted
Agreed.
with material objects.
Agreed.
but are deprived of the fundamentals of healthy childhood,
Yeah, like being able to explore freely and stuff.
such as emotionally available parents.
Well, yeah, because they're stuck looking at their black mirrors
And work. Right?
and work and their black mirrors. During the most impressionable years of their life, they should be with their mother or even their father. But it's
what you've been saying?
I say often, yes, we put them away, or we don't raise them during the most impressionable years of their life, just after work in the mornings for an hour, and then in the evenings
5 minutes.
or 5 minutes, and then in the evenings for 4 hours. And
30 minutes.
we expect them to have a healthy bond with us. And I'm here at work now myself. It's happening to me. My wife's at work. It's happening to her. It's happening to most people. But it's
Trying to because everything's so expensive. It takes
well,
two
and
incomes.
and the thing is, the only reason I beat it so much or think about it so much is that these effects worth having that extra car or having this or that, and so to me, not really, but
it is to most people. I mean,
yeah,
you're-
and most
you're a
people
little
don't
different.
most people don't even think about it.
Well, they don't want. Nobody wants to blame them. How many people have been fired and come home and say it was my fault?
Well, if I got
besides you-
if I got caught with the joint in my hand behind the break room, baby, that you would those idiots, they fired me for no reason.
You're hilarious. But anyway, this is exactly what Manley has been talking about from our sociology standpoint and the psychology standpoint. So again, we're going to go with emotionally available parents. You agree with?
Yes.
Clearly defined boundaries,
Yeah, that's important.
responsibilities.
Well, I think I want to talk about the boundaries for a second
ahead.
because it's like I think the boundaries between parent and child are blurred a lot nowadays in the sense of you want to be your child's friend instead of their parent, and like
My father never wanted.
well,
to be
no,
my
no,
friend.
but you don't want to be the bad guy. You know what I'm saying? Oh, well, you want them to think you're cool. The point is, the first however many years of their life, 12, 18, because you say, and I didn't think about this, but I kind of agree. Maybe it's you who say you only have
5 years for the first 5 of the development, but up to 12.
12
is what
because
it is.
after that they stop paying attention to you.
Yes.
And so it's after that. Well, if I'm gonna have teenagers in my house, I'm still gonna be the bad guy. But the point being is, you have time to be their friend when they're adults. You're gonna spend most of your life with your child as an adult, and so for that short time, you need to be the parent.
You need to be parenting, and you need to be setting boundaries.
I don't care if my kids like me. They love me, because they
do love
they
you.
fall and hurt their knees and manly, or whatever, but they're scared of me. Or like if,
They respect you.
or like I'll hear I don't know, they don't understand the concept of respect, but if I hear one of them get hit the other one, I'm telling Manly, please no, please don't, and so it's just like I don't mind being the bad guy because I want them to mind or obey, and I don't know. I'm trying to mold the minds of of people, not be friends. I got friends, Joe and Phee, I guess. But the point. But the
You
point.
got more friends.
Well, but the point is, it's you even have those boundaries in society. Even I don't know if you've noticed it, or if you can tell, but a lot of parents are more concerned about being their buddies with their kids.
Yeah, you've always had one or two of the let's go hang out here. These folks will let you do this. They won't
Yeah,
tell you
because they want to be the cool.
They're the
And-
cool parents. I had one live right behind me, and she was that lady. Her husband always traveled, and she was the one that she had 3 kids.
Yeah.
And one of them was having a party every weekend. And,
Yeah.
everybody was at
Well,
their
they
house.
get some kind of weird gratification from it. Now, it doesn't have to be like weird sexual gratification necessarily, but just some weird, I never got to be the cool or popular one in high school, so now I feel good because maybe not even necessarily that, but there's something. It's like, well, I don't want to be the cool parent. I'm going to be the parent that, I don't know.
Bust some butts.
Well, yeah, you can't now. You get shot. But,
Shoot, I
I don't even know if I don't even believe in sleepovers. And I don't necessarily mean believe in them, but it's just unless I know this family and these people really well, I'm not going to send my daughters to stay the night at some person's house that don't know the father, don't know the situation. You know what I'm saying? How often does that happen?
If your 12-year-old has a birthday party and invites the softball team and they all come over and spend the night, it's tough to be the one that says you can't go.
Yeah, I will though.
But
I will though, because it's like, well, I don't know that guy. I don't, you know what? No, I mean, but it's just something you would never think of because, well, everyone does it. I mean, and maybe it's just part
Everybody
of
does, but Mark.
Well, but Mark, yeah, I guess. And I mean, maybe that makes me sound like mean or bad, but
It makes you sound either overprotective or very intelligent. One of the two.
well, I mean, and like I said, like
It doesn't have to happen but once. And
well,
then,
yeah, because you only have to mess up once, or you only have to let your guard slip once, and then someone in your family's irreparably damaged, or or hurt, or I don't know, affected. But I even, if it was like Gary, my daughter's on the softball team, and I know Gary, see him every week, we have a good time. I mean, I'm not saying that strict, but it's like I got to know the guy pretty well. That's all I'm saying.
All right, well, let's just keep going here.
Keep on going.
Again, for the folks who are tuning in, children today are being overstimulated and overgifted with material objects, but are deprived of the fundamentals of healthy childhood, such as we've gone over emotional available parents, we've gone over clearly defined boundaries, responsibilities, balanced nutrition, and adequate sleep. What do you think about that? They're not getting any nutrition.
Every empty calories, just modified corn. Poison, but modified corn mush with sugar in it.
How about movement in general, but especially outdoors?
Yeah, they're not getting a lot of that.
They're not getting outdoors.
They're stuck behind screens, man.
There you go. And how about creative play, social interaction, unstructured play opportunities, and spaces for boredom?
I think they almost get too much social interaction. But I do think
from the social media platforms.
Well, not only that, but I think the idea that homeschool children, I think in some cases, sure, are under socialized. Is that the idea that you have to force your children into a room with 20 other children? I don't know if that's. I mean,
that's not healthy.
No, it can't be. I mean, yeah.
You don't know those. You wouldn't even send them for the softball team you watch them, much less 20 folks.
No, I'll tell you this. I'll tell you it like this. My wife sent me a picture of my daughter's first day of school, right? And it was a picture of her class, whatever. And I said, "Oh, this boy right there, he's going to be the trouble. I guarantee it." And, I'll hush up, my wife, And then sure enough, the daughter comes home from school and says, "Yeah, one boy already got 2 cards pulled." And I said, "Which boy was it? Point at him." "That one." Looked at my wife. You just know, man. But the thing, those people.
I bet she hates you being right all the time.
Yeah, she'll never admit it when it comes to those types of things. But to the larger point though is you're inevitably letting those people's parents influence and raise your children by virtue of association. And I don't like that. Which again, I'm crazy, but I don't know. I mean, that gets too deep into too many rabbit holes. But it's like, heck, if I think they're an idiot, I don't want their kid hanging out influenced and their parenting that influence their child influence my child. No. But I mean, again, that's not to say I'm not going to let my kids not have friends. That's silly. I had friends, really good friends, and their parents were actually pretty good influences on me. So I mean,
it makes a difference.
It does make a difference, but I think you got to at least know.
I think that if anybody's ever had a good teacher, knows the difference in a good teacher and a bad.
Yeah, and for all that I gripe about like public schools and parenting, I've only had good experiences with coaches, with teachers, with parents of my friends. I've only had good experiences, so it's not like.
Well, you had an idiot coach that wanted to put you on the offensive line.
Oh well, that was football. I mean, they were good guys, but I just
Well, they don't know how to coach.
Well, I mean, I guess not, but.
I mean, they didn't play you in the right position.
No,
and as far as your basketball coach, probably a football coach. But
he was just the basketball coach. I don't know if he was mad because my older brother never played basketball.
And he was 6'6".
Well, but he was a football player, 6'6", not a basketball player, 6'6". I don't know, but it was just like I said. I didn't go to school where you had actual tryouts. It was football season's over. You got to go over to basketball for 2 weeks, and if you like it, you stay, and if you don't, you go to off-season football. You did little drills for a week or two, whatever. I mean, as far as conditioning go, I was on the cross-country team. I was well-conditioned.
Yeah.
But he walked around after the fact, and when the 2 weeks, hey, you, my brother, and you, the fattest kid in the grade, y'all go back to football and get stronger. And, just kicked us out. And it's like, I wanted to play some basketball. And, we wouldn't let our mom go throw a fit at school. Just it didn't matter that much, but I would have liked to play basketball.
Absolutely.
Because, I don't actually know how to play other than...
My point is, a good coach you remember for life.
Oh,
a bad
yeah,
coach
yeah.
you remember
Yeah, I
for
remember-
life.
I
A good
remember that
teacher
coach.
you remember for life.
Yeah,
a
yeah.
bad teacher you remember for life.
Yeah, but I just don't want people to think that I harp on all these things because I have had bad experiences or I'm
Well,
jaded or...
You've been the one that has told me how excited and happy that you had a childhood that you had for most of the time.
Yeah, I mean, I was free.
Yeah.
I was just free and wild, man.
Yeah. Had a great time.
Yeah.
So anyway, these children are getting crushed. So let's continue down.
Yes.
Movement in general, but especially outdoors.
Uh-huh.
Creative play, social interaction, unstructured play opportunities, and spaces for boredom. Now, on the other hand, these last few years have been filled with children of digitally distracted parents.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Isn't that what you've been saying?
Yeah.
Forgiving and permissive parents who let children rule the world and be the ones who make the rules.
Yeah. Yeah.
Isn't that what you're saying?
Yeah.
I just thought it was everything, a sense of entitlement, of deserving everything without earning it or being responsible for
Yeah,
getting
now,
it.
that's one thing I really harp on with my kids. I don't let them act entitled in the slightest. And then, maybe this is mean, but our oldest child, I don't even let her boss around the younger siblings just because I don't want her to get that entitlement, But that's a very, people, I don't know, man. People just don't think about it. And now maybe I'm just robbing her of the firstborn privileges, but as the youngest son, not as the youngest son,
As the baby of the family.
not in my house, because I can see, I identify, I know what is happening. that was from being Chef Mark, Butler Mark, Water Boy Mark, which a good time. It was always a game,
Yeah.
but and then you think, hey, I'm getting this guy, I'm getting him lunch. I'm always filling up his water cup. We thought it was fun and a treat to get to watch our older brother play video games. And we loved it. Like,
He gets to play and you get to watch.
yeah, we loved it. But so I make my kids don't get to play video games. I got a little N64 emulator I'll play sometimes, and they get to watch me. And they have a good time with it.
Okay, let's keep going because I think that's just hilarious. Every one of these is what you've been talking about for a while. So I was wanting you to say, well, that's one I haven't been seeing. All right, poor sleep and unbalanced nutrition.
Well, yeah, they go hand in hand. I think poor sleep just by virtue of blue light from all the the LED lights poison, TV light poison, screen light poison. So you even throw off your sleep cycle just first and foremost with that, but also just kids, you got so much going on and just I don't know, people really.
If people knew what the light sensory for the eyes, if they knew what that did in the patterns to the brain, they'd be freaked out.
Yeah, and you're even like disrupting your hormones too, even.
Absolutely. Okay. A sedentary life.
Yeah.
That's.
I mean,
I think you're living one of those now.
I
Except until
am.
5 o'clock.
I
You're
kinda
sitting down all day.
am.
I've stopped playing golf because of these crazy stuff.
I'm ready to go hiking if my legs can even do it.
I don't even know if your dog certainly couldn't.
No,
do it.
she could. I'm trying to talk Joni and his dog because he's got a really good dog right now and it's wasted on him. And so,
He just keeps the dog in the truck.
well, he's been
all day.
floating the idea of letting me take her. I'm like, yes, give her to me because she'd be a great hiking dog. Great. I know if I could just train her a little bit more, she'd be a great hiking dog. I'd just beat your dogs to make them like her. So then she'd be just laying, sitting. She'd be following me around all the time. But great hiking dog. Wasted on Joe though, not in a hateful way. Just
Not in a
how
hateful
unfortunate.
way.
He'll give it to me though.
Before it's over. I'm sure he will because Joe's the kind of guy who, he's got a tortoise.
I like that tortoise.
I know you do.
I saw him the other day and he's cool, man.
It's going to be as big as the room. I mean, how big is he now?
Well, he's still pretty small. He's got 200 years left to grow, but
He ain't got 200 years left.
oh.
Trust me when I tell him that. All right. Endless stimulation, technological nannies, instant gratification, and absence of dull moments.
Yeah, absence of dull moments is important. Like that goes back into the boredom is in that like it's almost like boredom is pain now. Like kids just and it ties back into the overstimulation. Even like I read a lot about this and follow a lot of accounts that talk about this. Like a lot of the cartoons that you see, the animation styles, the color patterns, the how many frames per minute, how many times they switch frames, impact your child's attention span. And which is they're overstimulating. And so,
with those lights.
Right, with those lights. But the thing is, it's like the cartoons that are used like natural and neutral color schemes, way better. They have soft music instead of na 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 na, and then even like, one frame, one scene lasts over a minute of just the characters on the screen moving instead of flash here, flash there, flash there, flash there. These different scenes, like with the Spidey and his amazing friends, so overstimulating. And the 3D animation styles, I look a lot into it because it really is bad for your child's brain. It affects their attention spans, but then it leads into they can never be bored, so they're always throwing tantrums when there's nothing stimulating going on. And so, I make my kids are always bored. But we don't do screen times. Like, maybe I'm mean again, but my daughter just picked up my wife's phone the other day and said, "Hey, you put that down now. Kids don't play with phones in this house." Because I don't want them on the phone. I don't want them that stimulation.
I'm just admiring you.
Well, don't admire me. I'm living in 1960.
I'm admiring your dadgum
ability. And now, don't get me wrong. We put the TV on for them sometimes.
I'm not saying you don't let them watch TV, but you're not letting them have phones.
No.
At 8.
No. No. So, why would I? I mean, it's just I'm not going to give the collective knowledge of humanity to a child. I think the collective knowledge of humanity in my hands is too powerful. Is dangerous. Let alone the hands of a child.
All right, well, let's get through this because I know we've got some other things for you to talk about. So, what to do? If we want our children to be happy and healthy individuals, we need to wake up and get back to the basics. It's still possible. Many families see immediate improvement after weeks of implementing the following recommendations. Set limits and remember that you are the captain of the ship. Hey, they stole my dadgum captain of the ship phrase. Your kids will feel safer knowing you have the control of the helm.
Mm-hmm.
Offer children a balanced lifestyle full of what children need, not just what they want. Don't be afraid to say no to your children, and if they want something that isn't what they need.
I always sing the song. No, 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 no. You know that song? No.
No, 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 no.
Yeah, I just, anytime my kids ask for candy or something, I just, no, 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 no.
Okay. Provide nutritious food, not limit junk food. I don't think they can do that except just carrots from your garden. Spend at least 1 hour a day outdoors going with activities such as cycling, hiking, fishing, bird, insect watching. Enjoy a family dinner without smartphones or technology distracting them. You do that every night, don't you?
Yeah, we always sit at the table. I mean, sometimes we sit at the bar. Yeah, whatever. It depends on whatever my wife made. But yeah, most we sit at the table and just
play board games as a family. Or the children are too young for board games.
Well, I'm just not into that. I'm not into that. I can't. I'm too overstimulated to enjoy that kind of thing.
Involve your children in some task or household chores according to their age.
Yeah.
Maybe folding clothes or sorting toys, hanging clothes, unpacking groceries, setting the table, feeding the dog.
Yeah, the kids sit at the table every night.
Good. Implements a consistent sleep routine to ensure your children get enough sleep.
Easy,
that,
yeah,
don't you?
yeah.
Once you put them in bed at 8:30?
8:30 to 9. Yep.
Okay.
It depends though, because we got a good cartoon they're watching right now, right before bed.
You like it, huh?
It's called Red Wall. Not as stimulating, of course, but yeah. So sometimes, like if my wife's in another room, I'll be like, okay, one more episode. But
teach responsibility and independence. Don't overprotect them against any frustration or mistake. Making mistakes will help you develop resilience and learn how to overcome life's challenges.
Yeah, easy.
Do not carry your children's backpack. Do not take their backpacks. Do not take them their homework. If they forget it, do not peel their bananas or oranges. If they can do it by themselves. Instead of giving them fish, teach them how to fish.
Easy. Example, a little boy asked me, hey, will you come turn on the light in the bathroom? I said, no. I said, go get the stool from the kitchen, use the stool and turn the light on. Okay. And now he's not bothering me. Now, I did it by virtue of not being lazy, but
of course
it applies.
Turn off phones at night when kids have to go to bed to avoid digital distraction. Become an emotional regulator or coach for your children. Teach them how to greet, how to take turns, how to share without anything.
Yeah.
To say thank you and please, and to acknowledge the mistakes and apologize. Be a model of those values for them. And then connect emotionally. Smile, hug, kiss, tickle, read, dance, jump, play, or crawl with them. What do you think, Manley?
Well, it's all good stuff, man. I mean,
All
again,
right.
I'm not that old and experienced to be giving advice to any well-seasoned parents, but
I don't know if there's a lot of 60-year-olds that aren't parents that you'd be giving advice to. So you're right in the perfect age, and you're very, very, very smart when it comes to giving advice. So I would continue to do so because I'm very impressed with your parenting skills.
well, I mean, I've just thought about it. Why? I mean, I don't know. I was single the last 10 years of my life. I mean, other than being married a year and a half, but so I just thought, I don't know. I had many hours just sitting thinking about having kids, this and that. What I don't know.
You were prepared.
Well, you're never quite
prepared.
Yeah.
All right, jump into your next topic.
Okay, well,
Manley.
breaking today this morning, I saw just a clip on Fox News about old John Bolton. You know about him, old mustache man. He pretty
Used to
short.
work for Trump and administration.
Yeah, but he's a globalist rhino, and now he's poo-poo on Trump. But long story short, he's in the news this morning because, they're treating. He was probably behind the way they treated Trump with, like when they raided Mar-a-Lago and went through Melania's panty drawer, And so this is essentially what's happening with Bolton. And we'll turn off your mic. We'll talk about. We'll watch it and then talk about it.
The probe dropped when Joe Biden became president. So is this picking up where that left off, David?
It's possible. I don't know with 100% certainty, but it is notable, guys, that John Bolton, Ambassador Bolton's security clearances were stripped earlier this year by President Trump. Tulsi Gabbard, the director of national intelligence, took that security clearance away. They had concerns. The administration had concerns about Ambassador Bolton still being able to access some of these documents and have some of those security clearances. It's also notable that John Bolton had a security detail as well. Because of the threats from Iran on his life, that security detail, that government federal paid security detail, was also taken away by President Trump.
So this guy's probably knee deep in the Russiagate hoax stuff. But it's funny though that he's going against this administration. He's probably in the pocket of some foreign government and still having access to these classified documents. But he still gets a security detail. It's
What's
fun.
good for the goose is good for the gander.
Yeah, but it's just funny that I wonder what he's thinking. Well, he's probably rich and will just hire his own private security detail. So really, that's more of a political statement, I suppose, than.
I don't know. I think if they started taking mine and your security detail, it probably cost us $100K a month.
Well, yeah, but how rich do you think these guys are, man?
They're federal employees that was protecting him. If they're private, he's going to pay them some serious money.
Well, I mean, but I see job listings all the time for private security details from former military, this and that, all the time on Indeed. So it's like
no question.
And they're like $16 an hour. So it can't be that much.
Yeah, trust
me. Now
this
is for people in Arkansas.
Yeah, trust me when I tell you. Now, if you're paying them $16 an hour, they pay the deputies in the county deputies, $23, $25 an hour. So
I'm just saying.
I would like to have some skilled security.
Me too.
Folks.
But the only point I'm making is that
these folks can kill a squirrel.
Well, yeah. The only point I'm making is that I doubt that John Bolton's going to be really hurting for money by having to pay for his own security detail.
I don't know now. Those government employees, they just don't make a lot of money. They're servants.
No. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. They're servants to the American people, not to Lucifer himself.
We're not talking about John Bozeman.
No, John Bozeman's a servant for his own pockets.
Yeah, there you go.
He worships Mammon.
Do you know that Nancy Pelosi?
Well, I'm saying, what's the difference?
What's the difference? Nancy Pelosi, she's quite a stock market guru.
Yeah, there are people who literally made trades based upon her trades and made a whole lot of money because it became a joke. It's a joke.
Well, she didn't know anything about it. That's her husband handles that.
Yeah, well, yeah,
What's the next one you got, Manley?
Oh, well, this just kind of changes the subject. So I was going to kind of let the conversation flow enough to get a good little turn and out. But I mean, I guess if I was just going to have to, off the top of my head, do a turn.
No, let's continue the
Well,
conversation.
no, yeah, I mean, I'm already in the turn now.
Okay,
I'm already in the
go ahead.
turn. I can't unturn now. Yeah, I'm already turning. Well, it just Nancy Pelosi's getting inside information about her stock trades. Of course, corrupt, which leads into, like, even during the COVID pandemic, they said that $200 billion are unaccounted for because there wasn't that much oversight. And which leads to the next video, of course.
200 billion?
Well, just listen to this guy on the Joe Rogan clip.
If you just said 200 million, I'd
Well, listen to the guy. Well, the whole thing about the COVID was not only was it a fake manufactured pandemic, but it was a transfer of wealth, in a sense. I'm serious. Wow. From the, I'm thinking about how many mom and pop business went out, all the unessential went out. It was, in a sense, transfer of wealth under the surface. And I mean, that was just a small part of it. But now, 500 pages are coming out from the whatever oversight committee detailing all these things. So we'll listen to this.
5 years later, nobody.
Yeah, 5 years. Turn off your mic, Phee.
The House released a 500-page report on COVID-19 pandemic. Key findings: COVID-19 likely originated from a lab-related incident in Wuhan, China. Crazy. You get banned from YouTube for saying that. Banned. Okay, over $200 billion in relief funds lost to fraud, with criminals exploiting weak oversight. Prolonged lockdowns and arbitrary mandates cause severe harm, economic devastation, mental health crises, and historic learning loss, while lacking robust scientific support. Policies ignored natural immunity, pushing mandates that eroded trust and harmed public perception of science. Absolutely. WHO and CDC compromised by political interference, offering inconsistent, unscientific guidance that fueled public distrust. And the key players included federal agencies, and Cuomo's administration actively obstructed oversight efforts and hid critical evidence.
Christ.
Select subcommittee on coronavirus pandemic basically said all the conspiracy theorists were correct. Every single one of them. No repercussions, no retractions, no apology from Rachel Maddow. None of it.
I will say, just right off the bat, if the audio seems unsynced from the video, where I actually watched and downloaded it from, it wasn't like that. So it's like, okay, I watched it. I can read his lip. You know what I'm saying? It's just when you download. I had to say this often on my show. When you download, sometimes you download a lesser quality file, and so it's a little unsynced. But he was reading from. He was
on the mate.
Well, he was reading from the House Oversight Committee Twitter. So it's like all those things he said were true, and it's like we just shrug. Oh,
5 years later.
Oh. Well, I'm not surprised. Oh,
goodness gracious! You don't know. I had it's really my parents and this family's parents. Their mother and father and my mother and father were very good friends. Went to the same church, and every once in a while, when we were in Daytona Beach, they would be in Daytona Beach. So anyway, he's a pilot. He's a couple years younger than me, and
I'm a pilot.
But his older sister was 2 years older than me, and she lost a husband during this COVID, and there's a lot of people in my family. I've got another older cousin that lost a husband. So there's two.
On the ventilators?
On the ventilators.
Interesting.
And so one in Atlanta and one in Florida. So what you're looking at, to me, is these good people were fighting. I mean, they were fighting, talking about getting mad at people for not taking these vaccines.
Yes,
they killed my husband. This thing killed my husband.
Yep.
Why are
well,
these people
unfortunately, your husband had inflamed lungs, and unfortunately, per CDC guidelines, the hospitals shoved a tube down his inflamed lungs and pumped it full of oxygen at a setting that was a lot higher than what they would normally do in that situation. And so whenever he died of blowed out lungs, he died of COVID. Oh no, the disease was too much for him. And then the hospital got a chunk of money because someone died in their hospital with COVID, which gets into all these people, dying of like a motorcycle wreck, and then their death certificate says COVID. I don't know if you remember that.
I do.
A lot of people had to fight over changing their beloved one's death certificate because, again, the hospitals had a financial, gain by whether or not he had or died of COVID. Well, it's not going to hurt.
They got a stipend.
They got a stipend to put. Oh, he died with COVID. we tested him. He had COVID, with COVID, and so they got money. But the point being is, that I even heard stories of where I lived at the time of guy got the sniffles, thought it'd be funny to go into the hospital, get tested for COVID. This was a guy like people I knew. Had a sniffle. They, yeah, you got COVID. Ha ha. Well, let's test your O2 levels. Oh, they're kind of low. We can put you on a ventilator. Okay. Dead. But again, you got inflamed lungs. Let's shove this tube down it and pump it full of oxygen.
And you know what they're doing with all these ventilators now?
I could
Selling
tell you.
for scrap metal.
Well, that's just, man, getting rid of, I don't know, man.
Get rid of the evidence.
Well, no, because they're just ventilators. But you can even look at the CDC guidelines of what they recommended for the actual settings for the machines and how they were a lot higher than what they were previously. And yeah, the point being is, man, not only did they kill people, not only did they divide people, but they stole a whole bunch of money, closed down a whole bunch of businesses. I don't know if he talked about record knowledge loss, or not knowledge loss, but learning loss.
Yeah, that's because they weren't having school.
Mm-hmm. It messed up the baby's speech because so many people wearing masks. Babies couldn't talk good, Not only that, the masks made you unhealthier.
Can you imagine the deceptions that's going on?
Well, but
every day?
it's just people, were actually so deluded that you could look up how big is the COVID virus. It's this big. Well, how big is a cloth mask hole? It's this big. Oh, well, or even like these other, not even like the N95 masks. You could look up how big are the holes in N95 masks. Well, still bigger than the virus, but the whole mask thing is just like, you could see the evidence in front of your face that had made no difference whatsoever. But people just
they had you
willingly
6 foot away.
Well, 6 foot away from you. And what?
Feet.
Man,
Remember that?
Yes, but that whole thing was just
orchestrated.
But not only that, but just a humiliation ritual. And how many people bought into it and felt good because they felt like they were contributing to the greater good.
That is
anytime you hear them say it's for the greater good, it's for the greater good. That's not. It's for their greater good, yes, but it's bad for you.
And by the way, when they say peace and security, run.
Well, that's the thing. You got to get this rush to market vaccine that we granted immunity from liability to these drug manufacturers, and it's for the greater good. Are you trying to kill grandma? Don't you love your grandma? Don't you love your aunt? Don't you love? Yes. And I just the whole time I was just like, this is the great. No. But I had people get mad at me.
I bet you did.
But I even went into the Walmart one time. I can't remember what for, but so you gotta have a mask. I have a medical condition. Just kept on walking. I lied, and I always lie in those kinds of situations because you're not putting your thumb on me. You're not telling me how to live and walk and breathe as a free, sovereign American citizen.
Independent thinking.
Well, even going to church, I got hooped and hollered at because I didn't wear the mask. Well, the state says we have to.
I don't care.
Well, the states, didn't we fight an American Revolution over the freedom of religion? And it's just like it's like
you sound like you're so far out there that you're actually it might be the sanest person.
Well, but it's just like, okay. And I love that church I went to and love the preacher. We're still a really good man. I respect. But it's just like right off the bat, if you're telling me you're doing this because the government said so, that is so. That in of itself is an automatic. I don't care if it's good for me or not. I'm not. You can't tell me how to worship. State, you can't tell me how to whatever state, but most churches are granted tax immunity status. So really, the government does and can tell them what to do because they don't want to have to pay taxes.
That's a whole different rabbit
hole. We're not getting into it, but you wonder why a lot of these good men of God in churches went along with it. Well, they didn't want to start having to pay taxes, but that's beside the point. Regardless of the tax exemption status. You had the government telling these churches what to do, to close down, to do this and that, and I wasn't playing ball. I had one man say, "Hey, where's your mask?" And I said, "Well, are you going to come put it on me?" No. Left it at that. And that was on the stage. I was in the worship team playing bass. That was the lead singer guy. And it's like, no, you come put it on me. Not going to do it. Not going to do it.
What would you have done if he'd have turned around and tried to put it on the stage in the church?
I would have, well, I don't think he would have been expecting
Poke him in
it.
the eye?
No, probably not at that point. I would not think. The first thing that came to mind is, I mean, this guy's a little shorter. He is older, probably around your age. So I might have, because he probably wouldn't have been thinking I would have put up much of a fight. So I probably would have, like, you know, he would raise his arms at me. So it's just the first image that came to mind as I kind of try to raise him, grab him up under the arms and kind of just throw him over my leg, just like that, and be like, and then his response to that would either I'd be done, or if he
escalate,
or if he was, you know, I mean, I wouldn't let him get up off the ground if he was hooping and hollering. I would have kicked him with my boot, or just wouldn't have let him. You know, you'd probably harder for a guy like you to get up off the ground really quick than, you know, me. But if that makes sense,
it would be harder for me to fall on the ground.
Well, but I mean, yeah, but you know what I'm saying though. I don't know.
I got you. I mean, I think that's.
Well,
were you thinking that in real time?
Yeah, I would have. I would have stood on those principles. I wouldn't. I mean,
okay.
I wouldn't have backed down just because I'm too dumb. Too dumb.
But you would. The church setting wouldn't have mattered. My point.
No. A man comes, puts his hands on me, trying to put a mask on me. No. I'm gonna. I mean, I might not like beat him the fire out of him. I'm gonna like throw him down or like make a point to be like, you're not touching me. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't like kill the guy, you know, because I liked the guy. I still like the guy, but I made my stand. I said what I said. I'm not going to do this. And so,
how many people you upset during that time that have never even acknowledged that you were right?
I don't know, but it doesn't even matter. I guess it doesn't even matter.
Well, okay.
Because I'm just because I think your mindset in these situations can predict and tell you about yourself in a situation where it actually matters. And so I knew at the end of the day, if I put the mask on, it wouldn't matter. But I thought, okay, I'm telling myself I'm not participating. I'm not going to do that. If I let myself do it, when it really matters, if it's the mark of the beast, how much easier is it going to be to fold? I mean, that was just the mindset I had. It wasn't the mark of the beast, but no one thinks every day, wow, if someone put a gun to my head and said, reject Christ. Well, I mean, what am I going to say? I mean, you know, we like to think, no, he's my God. But if you're not crucifying yourself,
8 out of 10,
but if you're not crucifying yourself daily, dying to yourself daily, and not that I do, but if you don't, that's you get in that situation.
You're gonna see so much deception, and there's gonna be so many.
Not to just take it so deep, but
I mean that's why we're here.
But I mean, talking about the end times,
why we're here, baby.
Talking about the end times and essentially the deception and how people are just going to go along with it, like they did with COVID, and how you just keep shrugging your way into control. This leads us right into our next video. It's about the social credit system that is, in a sense, been implemented already, but will continue to creep. So, Phee, I want you to check this out because it's right along what we're talking about. It's that Noah Harari guy I was talking about yesterday.
Okay.
Social credit system is basically an expansion of money or a new kind of money. You know, when you think about traditional money, gold coins, dollars, even bitcoins, they give value only to specific parts of human reality.
Right.
Some things you do, like you work, you gain money, you want to buy airline ticket, you pay money, but other things you go visit your friends, you go visit your grandmother, even you throw trash in the street. Mm-hmm. This is no monetary value. The idea of the social credit is to monetize everything, to give value to every single thing you do in life. And this is your score. Mm-hmm. So even things that traditionally were not about money, they're about reputation or status. Suddenly you get precise points for them. And also anything you want to do, you need to use your social credit for it. So again, it has positive potential in some regards. Mm-hmm. It could create the most totalitarian, systems in history, where anything you do impacts your ability to get a job, to gain a loan, to travel. And in a way, you see this not only in China, you see it all over the world, also in the US. This because it's a function of surveillance. That traditionally, only some areas of life were monitored and surveyed. And even in dictatorships, there was privacy. If you live in the Soviet Union, so the KGB can't follow you around all the time. They just don't have enough agents.
Right. They tried,
And
but they
they try, but you have 200 million Soviet citizens. They don't have 200 million agents. Now you can monitor everybody all the time. You don't need human agents or analysts. You have the computers, smartphones, cameras, drones, microphones everywhere, and you have the AIs analyzing all the ocean of information. So this creates the potential for total surveillance. And it can take the form of the social credit system.
Well, what do you think about that?
Wow.
We just think, oh, it's going to be, if you don't got the microchip, you're not going to be able to buy or sell. But I think it's these decisions, it's going to be, I think the system of the beast, it's not going to be, oh, it's here. Oh, no. We're going to wake up one day and realize every decision we made, every thought we had, every left or right path we went down, every vote, yay or nay, has slowly built this system that now, when it's too late, we recognize that, oh no, we're already knee deep in it, man.
Couldn't agree with you more. No matter, it's a trap. No matter which way you go,
so
they got you.
But even.
But you're going to wake up and say,
I'm
already
already there.
We're already there.
Well, and that it spooks me out because it's like, well, is the beast system going to be so surface level that it's just, oh no, here it is. I don't want to do this. Uh-oh, they got me. Or uh-oh, they cut my head off. Ha ha. Or is it going to be a little deeper? Like, well, like I say sometimes, if you support one side, the Israel, if you support the other side, the whole rest of the world, Antichrist, they got you. Ha ha. Don't know what to do with that. But is it even deeper in that? Wow, we're already in it. We've already accepted the mark. We've already worshipped the image of the beast. We're already doing it. Ha ha. They already got us. I don't know. Not to just make people have existential crises, but it's going to be a deception that's so deep, so convincing, so hidden in plain sight that there are going to be such few people who realize it and know what to do in it. I don't know, man. I'm opening up a can of worms that's hard to close, but...
No, what you're doing is... Folks that are watching, our viewers that are watching, people that will be watching in the future will definitely resonate with them because the bottom line is you're ahead of that, but most people don't care.
No.
See, that you got to realize that
your eternal soul is at stake.
Exactly, and they don't care.
No, it's like, I like my life. Like, there's not a whole lot of things I die for, but your eternal soul. If you actually believe you have an eternal soul, I don't know if most people even do. Man, I don't want to. I can think about how long 100 years is, but an eternity? Me. I've been in a lot of mindsets where I could ponder and ponder and ponder eternity, and it's just, I don't know, man. Think about the biggest thing you can ever think about. Well, then double that. Oh, well, now you've just increased your perception of whatever the biggest thing you could think of was, if that makes sense. But
absolutely.
But I don't know.
It's so deep and it's so well run that 98% of the folks will never see it coming, and the other 2% will be portrayed as absolute crazy, or killed,
or just silence, speaking into the vacuum of nothing.
Well, remember that a third of mankind is going to be killed. So that's going to eliminate a whole lot of their overpopulation.
How many people got the COVID vaccine around the world?
I don't know. I don't think it was a third. Do you?
I think it might have been over a third.
Wow.
I could be lying. You want to just type that in real quick?
Sure.
I might have just made that up. So don't quote me.
World War III is a sixth trumpet war, and that's going to kill a third of mankind. But if they can just activate one of those, the poison in the COVID virus,
some frequency that just kill switch.
That people don't understand frequencies either. They didn't understand the wireless communication roads and the different frequencies, different lanes. But they understand the radio. You can turn it to 107.6.
What do you think about this?
Okay, I'm ready.
As of August 12th, 2024, 70.6% of the global population had received at least one dose of a COVID-19 vaccine.
Over 2/3.
But that's the thing. You wouldn't have thought that if that was the way they were going to get you, if that was the way they were going to get a third of the population, you would have been like, well, it wasn't the COVID vaccine. Not many people got that. Oh, actually, 2/3 of the world got it.
Over 2/3.
Well, and again, that
was over a year ago.
Yeah, and that might not.
They're still giving them.
Yeah, and that might not be the thing they're going to get you with, but if it is, they already got you.
Right.
I mean, just to use as an example.
And that's a great example. And if they don't have you, which I don't think they have you,
Lord willing, they don't.
Certainly is the possibility of the next.
Well, I mean, I think that was in a sense a soft kill. I mean, because then you get into the complications, the turbo cancers, the heart inflammations. I mean, I think it's definitely soft killing people.
I get you.
But
And over a period of time, they're certainly not a lot of.
They
these,
play the long game, man.
A lot of these women can't get pregnant.
And miscarriages are just
through the roof.
I mean, I don't know if it's because I'm an adult and have kids now, but I never, I didn't really know anybody that was, this and that, maybe here or there, but now I just hear about someone else. I mean, more often than I ever have in my whole life. So I don't know.
You don't hear about miscarriages during the time because it's not a lot of, very few people, just the family or maybe not even that many know about it. But these days, when you look at the statistics in it, because some of them, when they have the DNC, the hospitals actually report that as an abortion.
Yeah, I think it's just that's more of a medical term.
Or a medical term, that they abort the baby. But my point is that's where I was finding that the huge spike in miscarriages and not being able since the COVID vaccine.
Mm-hmm.
But boy, I tell you what, we are in a mess, Manly, and you are ahead of the curve. If you guys will stay tuned to the Phee Smee Network and just give Manly a shot.
Don't give me any shots. Don't give me any shots now.
Give him an opportunity to prove to you that he knows what he's talking about, because Midday Madness will be coming up at 12 noon.
Yeah, it'll probably be a little mush-mash show. You might keep it light, might get deep. I don't know. I mean, my shows this week have been so scrambled, I don't even know if I know how to do a show anymore.
Well, you've had 3 good ones this week and one bad one.
I can't even remember. I
did the bad
one. Okay, no, I don't know about that.
But now, hey, this is Walt Disney, man. I just think you need to.
I mean, I could, but it's just something that's not news to me.
And those, but it's news to these folks. They're sending.
Well, you gotta lure them in with the Bigfoot, the alien, right? I mean, in this. Well, I mean, yeah, but I mean, stuff like you gotta lure them in with stuff before you really say something like, "Hey, Obama is a shape-shifting reptilian lizard, and they're feasting on the blood of children." You start off with Bigfoot, and then once you got them, then they're eating our children. I mean, whatever. I mean, so you gotta start light. Now I've gotten into some deep stuff, but
Manly Mark Light, and then you'll get into the Manly Mark Dark draft.
But Manly Mark Light, don't forget to tune into Night with Phee tonight at 9 p.m.
We'll be rocking and rolling.